first of all, I apologize. I wasn't aware that you guys wanted the losing coach here at the press conference. It won't happen again. I'll come more quickly if I'm in that situation. I think you just got to, give a lot of credit to UP. Their preparation was very, very good. Their composure was very, very good, and we were really competitive the first half, and I thought we didn't play well, and I thought we gave them some problems in the first half. They gave us a lot of problems in the first half in terms of, looking like well-oiled machines. But they came out in the third quarter, and obviously they sort of doubled down on their preparation, I think, and they looked super cohesive and, really knew where they were going with the basketball. The second quarter was obviously the Harold Alarcon show, but from that point on, the third quarter, their whole team just performed extremely well, and they played with discipline. They created good shots, and Naruku was, he was a real energy guy out there. He had a hell of a game, and Ray shot the ball far too well for what we should have allowed him to have. So we paid the price for that. And then at our offensive end, we just didn't have. I don't think we had the energy. I don't think we had the discipline to stick to what the game plan was, and composure wasn't great. And so, the score line reflects those things, and I think it's a pretty fair indication of how the game was played. No, I don't think so. I think UP prepared for us very well, and I think UST will. I think I said after we won 2 games that by the end of the first round there won't be any undefeated teams. And that's not to say that it's prophetic. It's just to say that the teams in this league are good teams. And it's tough to get up game after game after game. And, we looked at this week where we have 3 games in 6 days. And we saw a real tough schedule. And it requires you to do things a little bit differently as a coach. And some of it is guesswork. You hope you get the guys' energy right. You hope you get their legs right. You hope you spend enough time drilling your opponent's systems and create enough familiarity within your team to be able to go out and execute a game plan. But, this isn't a team that's been together years. And in fact, with our one and dones coming in June, hasn't even been together enough months. But that's just the battle that you fight. And every coach throughout the course of a season is going to have a tough week, some tough battles, and we're all trying to figure out the right formula to get ready. And obviously, we didn't get it quite right for this game. And we've got 2 days before we got to play UST. So it's back to the drawing board, and let's try to get it right for the next one. And we're going to have even. Without making an excuse, we're going to have even less energy reserves. So we might have to deepen our bench, and we might have to do some other things in order to try and come out and be optimal for the game.
Coach, after that game against LaSalle, you talked a lot about the team's second half letdowns. In today's game, that seemed to continuously be the problem for you guys. What approach will you be taking before that game against UST to avoid that from happening again?
I applaud the question. It sounds like a good question, but really the answer is almost unrelated to the question. There isn't a letdown. There is just a lack of execution of the game plan. And I think if you had been in the UP dugout, you probably would have seen a group of coaches that were pretty disappointed given what we saw in the second half. Because I went into the dugout at halftime and, I was wondering, did they really prepare well for us? Because, Harold took over in the second quarter, and a team that's functioning on all cylinders doesn't really need that. Then they came out in the third quarter and they showed how good their preparation was. So, full credit to the coaches. And I think Harold just got on a run, and the coaches just rode that a little bit. and we didn't answer the call. What adjustments we made just weren't effective in the second quarter. But then you just saw a really, really good UP team in the second half. And I don't think it's a letdown on our part. It was just, I think UP really elevated their game, and we were still sort of lacking composure and not disciplined and to the degree that we needed to be. And we paid the price for that.
Coach, what was the conversation back in the